Sean. Are you still there? I broke 2 different selfie sticks, so the phone's facing up at this angle. But the topic is, are ghosts racist? So you'd have to assume that they die with their beliefs and personalities, that they still have memory. They would still have to have memory, and they would still have to have emotion to be racist as a ghost. So, Sean, do you have anything to say about that? Hello? Is anybody in chat? So, I was hoping that somebody would be up and help me with this question. But somebody in a comment on one of the videos said, thank you for the thumbs up. They said, Sean Ginger, I would think so. If they died, they still have their beliefs. Somebody commented on one of my videos that the ghost may not like him because hi, Monique. I miss you. Merry Christmas. Somebody had commented that the ghost didn't like him because he was a fat Asian. And then that made me wonder, hi, Monique. It made me wonder if ghosts are racist. And I think, like if you were on a Native American burial ground, they might be racist against white people. Now, you can't put it past the Native Americans not to be racist. They weren't so spiritual that they weren't racist. You know, there are stories that they did in art and stories that were told where they didn't like the white man, and they always referred to them as the white man. So, there are cemeteries that are mainly like one race, and then there's cemeteries like religious cemeteries where like they'll have the Hispanic Mexicans buried in sections away from other religious people. And so I think because the sections of people get segregated. Oh, thank you, Monique. Oh, yeah, it was like 12 degrees out, and the real feel was 1 degree. And then I got this cough back because I had finally gotten it away. Anyway, so thank you. What was it? I'm not. Oh, when it's called segregation, it doesn't matter if it's religious or not. And yes, I understand Mexican Catholics seem to be on a whole nother level of religious than white people. So, and somebody might have a problem with me saying that, but it's true. They are into their faith. They take that home. So anyway, if you're going to segregate by ethnic groups, I can see where a certain area of cemetery would not like or be racist against other ethnic groups. So it's kind of like knowing your history. Sean, it was, it still pertains to ghosts. They're gonna like who they're gonna like. Well, yeah, that's fine, except for if you go in a Nazi cemetery, they're not really going to like a whole lot of anybody else, if that, period. So I think it's not an issue of they like who they're going to like. This is all real, Sean. Thank you, Monique. Um, if you're in a German or not German cemetery, but Nazi cemetery or something, if they weren't buried in trenches with everybody else, I don't know what happens. I'm not talking about that. What I mean is like when they finally got busted. But the Nazis are not going to like who they like as much as they're only going to like a certain race, a certain hair color, a certain eye color, certain this, whatever, that religion or not. And I don't know if religious people are racist or not. Maybe they tend to go a certain kind of way. But I think, to me, it's not really an issue of racism. Wow, this is very new to me. I find it so interesting. Thank you, Monique. So the racist part. Somebody made a comment on a video that said Ghost didn't like them because he was a fat Asian. That's why I'm talking about this. It's not because I'm racist or whatever. But I'm not really racist. My whole thing is this. I'm not trying to be mean, because when I grew up, I wasn't really in schools. I lied my way through a GED, and I barely got into an art college, all this, blah, blah, blah. So I am not educated like a lot of people, but I do believe it's not an issue of racism as much as it's an issue of, wisdom and knowledge and intelligence. Otherwise, then it's just their personality with their limited knowledge, and that's how they probably do bad behavior or commit crimes and things like that. But I don't think many people would be racist against this Asian man. But I do think that being in a cemetery around certain energy is going to bring out your insecurities. Sometimes I feel insecure around a certain grave site about the way I look or what I'm doing. There are graves that I've gone to that make me feel better about myself. So I think it's all about the energy. Sean, do you have anything to add to this? What do you think about the Asian man thinking that the ghosts don't like him because he's Asian? You there? But I do think they have personality, beliefs, memories. They know concepts and all that stuff. I do believe that ghosts have emotions. So I do think they can feel anger and hate. They can be spiteful. I do think because of all those things, they're capable of being racist. And they're going to at least give you bad energy if not like poke or pinch you or something. I don't know. But my father, which I haven't talked to him in years, he said that he went to some grave. ESP at the prison, one felt strong energy at the ones. Oh, you know what? I don't know how to tell someone's race by their last name, but I do, because he's talking about names and graves. I don't know how to tell, but I do know if the name has SKI, it could be Polish or something like that. That's about as much as I know. But I lost where I was. But Shine, you said at certain grave things you felt like it might have been a racist thing. The thing about the prisons is you got to go by statistic. I don't know how to tell with the last name, but statistically, they have graphs about how many of each race is in prison. Sean, you haven't talked to your dad in years, and oh, sorry about that. And he had gone to some, I'm not sure what, but it was where a soldier was buried. And apparently the soldier had murdered Native Americans. And my dad said he peed on it. Now, I was really young when he told me this story. So I do think that could also cause problems. You know what I'm saying? Somebody being racist will also be racist against the people who are on the opposing ethnic group's side. So if I'm friends with somebody who's Japanese and somebody has a problem with Japanese people, they're going to have a problem with me because I like Japanese people. That's what I'm talking about. So the ghost or a spirit may have had a problem with my father because he was on the side of the Native Americans. And he peed on her grave, which you should never do. Ever do that. I've worked around a lot of ethnic groups, and I have to say that, what'd you say? I missed it. Say it again. Somebody comment, please, so I can see the comments. I have to say this. I'm just going to flat out say it. When I worked around Black and Mexicans, the Mexicans were racist against the Blacks, and the Blacks were racist against the Mexicans and white people. The Black people always thought that the Mexicans were making more money, which I don't think they were. They were also racist against white people because they said white people are always trying to get them fired, or that they look right through them. They say there's two kinds of white people, one that will look them in the eyes and the other ones that don't. So the Mexicans were always, good night, Monique. Good night, Monique. Happy 2023. The Mexicans were racist against the Blacks, something to do with how their work ethic, and they thought they were getting paid more. So it's like everybody kind of has an issue with everybody. And the minorities tend to be on the more racist side than they admit to. But the whole point is I was able to be around them all without them feeling threatened by me. And the biggest thing you can do is don't try to just be around multiple people and not just only around one ethnic group, because it makes other people feel a certain kind of way. And you should never look through people. That's not okay. And that can be taken as racist too. So obviously that guy is not on here, so I can't talk to him. He has a new channel. Sometimes when people start new channels, they're not that confident. So maybe it's a confidence issue. But he's in California. So, you just got to be you and throw yourself out there. If I worried about what I look like all the time, I'd be embarrassed about myself all the time, like all day, every day. If I think about myself too much, I get embarrassed. Hi, Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. Please, I have a question. Do you think that ghosts are racist? Do you think a ghost can be racist, Marsha? Thanks for the other thumbs up. Sean says, hi, Bluegrass Paranormal. Marsha, if ghosts have memory, emotions, they still understand concepts, Mary's emotions, are they capable of being racist still? There's some missing things. It was in the beginning of the video. But do you think ghosts are racist? Oh, Bluegrass Paranormal. The reason why this came up as a topic is that this guy commented on the channel. He said the ghosts don't like him because he's a fat Asian. And it made me wonder if ghosts are racist. And I think they are. I thought about it for a while. I thought about it for like 3 or 4 hours. And I do think it happens. I do think that is what it is. Just like us. The thing is, ghosts are no longer human, but somehow they still have an emotional system. Somehow they still get triggered. Wow, great questions. Yes, because if they die angry and they are a mean person, yes, Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. So part of what I was saying was, if someone's racist, they're not going to like the people that like those people either. Like if I'm friends with someone who's Japanese and, so, you know, maybe a German doesn't like Japanese people or something, and not picking on Germans, and maybe that German wouldn't like me because I hang out with Japanese people. You know, people assume birds of the same feather everywhere you go. That's why if you hang out with the wrong person, you know, the police can associate you with that drama because birds of the same feather. That's why a lot of families disown people, because they're like, birds of the same feather. You don't fit in this, you know, flock anymore. So I do think ghosts are racist. Sean, what do you think? You think ghosts are racist or what? Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. If you die that way, you will still be that way. A racist person will be a racist person when they die. Yes. And one of the biggest points I'm trying to make is that the ghosts still have memories and emotions and thoughts. Just because they're not human anymore doesn't mean they don't carry that with them. Just because they get rid of their body, which is what we have, doesn't mean they're not carrying emotions, feelings, and memories. It just means they're not carrying the body and the brain and the heart anymore. Unless they change before they die. Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. I don't know how someone can change being racist unless they had their life saved by the other race or something, maybe. But I think racism starts as a child. That's why, Sean, like I said, they still have beliefs when they die. Think about the KKK. They train their kids at a young age because they can do whatever they want, raise kids. They train these kids to have a problem with other races. There are families saying, don't like white people. You know what I'm saying? These people grow up having a problem with somebody. Just like those old fairy tales, you know? You're supposed to have problems with the people on the other side of the track type of thing. So I think it starts as a child. I'm not sure if it's possible. There's probably stories online. Definitely good thing to look up, Bluegrass Paranormal. Definitely good thing for me to look up is if there's people who have changed from being racist. So it's not supposed to be a long chat tonight. It's just really about raising the question and provoking thinking. But if you have any stories you'd like to talk about, or any of your new videos you'd like to talk about, you can use this chat to talk about whatever you're doing. And I did not get Bluegrass Paranormal. I did not get your notification till like the next day or two. So I don't know why I'm not getting your notifications. You know, like with your photo. Sorry, I'm choking. So embarrassing. I get rid of it and then I go outside and I get it again. Just gonna have to like overdose on some over-the-counter medicine. That's the only thing to do. But, you know, can't always take things as directed. Sometimes you gotta take more. I mean, that's just the way it is. Sean, do you have anything to add? Christopher, hi Rachel, how are you doing? Good, thank you, Christopher. Rachel, same, we haven't been getting notifications. Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. Christopher, thank you. The question is, are ghosts racist? Somebody remind me to make Myers Paranormal a moderator. Yes. Christopher, that's given the idea that you've never thought about that. The reason why I'm talking about it is because this guy commented on a video and said the ghosts don't like him. Well, he said the ghost said, motherfucker, get out of here. But I'm not saying all that. The ghost told this guy, or scratch. The Asian guy said the ghost didn't like him because he was a fat Asian. Made me wonder if ghosts are racist. I do believe that. But in order to believe that ghosts are racist, you have to believe they have memories and thoughts and feelings. You know, obviously without brain. I know. Hi. To Explore with Romeo. Hi. I gotta get some drink. Hold on. So, the whole thing is, when someone dies, they obviously do not take their brain, their heart, their body, you know, but they take a lot of other things with them, like emotions, memories, feelings. And they are very human. They know language. If they didn't know language, you know what I'm saying? Like a ghost, if a ghost wasn't like human at some point, it wouldn't be intelligent or have language or know things to do. To Explore in Romeo, BOCAL. I didn't see the bottom comment. If somebody can comment, please. Christopher, at this rate, between your cough and my cough, my wife's cough, all rock and ride a drink. Let's drink. Bluegrass Paranormal. Mean people will still be mean people when they die. I don't rarely drink, but I will drink with you. And tell your wife that I'm sorry about her cough. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you get better, Christopher. You know, it's like when I go on live, it just wants to flare up too. But I talk to people on the phone a lot and I don't get all choked up all the time. Sometimes, but they still pay me to talk to them, even though I'm coughing. So, 2 weeks and still coughing strong, Christopher. I'm so sorry. Well, I was talking about overdosing on over-the-counter medicine, if that helps. And that's just my personal thing. I'm not a doctor. Do not listen to me like a doctor. But I'm just telling the truth. Sometimes you need more or double doses of cough syrup. I am. You're a doctor? Or you're taking doses? Aw, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's just serious. Seriously. If they're going to give you some strong medicine at the thing, you can do it yourself. To explore with Romeo. That's probably why I have spent so much money on over-the-counter medicine. But I don't really like pills. But when I do take them, I usually have to take a high dose. But I don't take them on I do take pills on a regular basis, but not like aspirin and stuff like that. So Christopher, the good die young, but pricks live forever. I should make it to about 120. Oh, wow. Bluegrass Paranormal said they're going to do an overnight investigation at a tavern. I only caught part of the comment. And Christopher, you're right. I don't know if you're right about the prick part. If you're a prick, I don't know if you're right. I didn't mean it like that. But I hope I live a long time. As long as the government doesn't take over the United States in the next 2 years. As long as it doesn't go 1984 in America. I mean, it kind of is. But the whole thing is, I as long as that doesn't happen, I would like to live a long time. My grandmother died January 5th of 2022. She was 106, Christopher. Oh my gosh. She deserves a plaque. Some of the cities hand out little plaques and stuff when someone reaches a certain age. 106. Oh my gosh. And the thing is that if somebody was born in 1900 and let's just say they were alive now in 2022, every generation they went through was totally different. 100%. The 80s was different than the 90s. 90s totally different than 2000. But I believe that these newer generations, their generations are not going to be that drastic. I don't see a lot of that. I'd be really surprised if there's any big movements or anything. But I don't call protesting a movement. It's things have gotten out of control. But I would like to live a long time like your mother. That's very sweet. I think that's sweet. But I think if someone's going to live that long, they owe the world a book. How did you live that long? What'd you learn from history? How'd you have relationships for a long time? How did you survive things? What do you know? It would be nice if everybody could share their story. People that have been married for 50 years, they owe the world a book. How did they do it? Especially in 2022. But I do think that ghosts are racist. And I do believe that ghosts are human without bodies. They're not human, but they're like human. Oh, Christopher said his mother was full of character, which is very nice. She probably knows that you're saying nice things. Lived between 100 and 116. Oh. Oh my gosh, a lot of Centennial family members who live between, oh my gosh, you know you're going to live to 120. You know it. To explore Romeo, this community of YouTube is growing than the other fields. Yes, that's true. More people are getting into it, but I think it's important for everybody's channel to be unique to themselves. I definitely don't want to copy or be like anybody else. I have seen people mimic what I do, some of the things that I've done, because they think it's going to work for them. But whatever, it's still not my video. I still have my own videos, even if they're mimicking me. So you need to stay unique to yourself. Whatever your strength is, focus on that. Don't focus on your weakness. How I see it is like this: your strength, you can speed that up quick. You can go with your strength and follow that. But weakness, Christopher, oh, that's funny. He never considered ghosts to be racist. But your weakness is a lot slower. Oh, thank you, Bluegrass Paranormal said my channel's uniquely mine. Well, I don't see people dancing in cemeteries, but and I don't think anybody else is going to make fun of names, which a lot of people have issues with me because of it, but I'm not going to stop. No comment. Okay, I don't know what you want to not comment about, but so you got to be unique to yourself. Dancing in the cemetery. Oh yeah. I have 17 videos that are different, but you don't have to say anything. And I know it's controversial, but anyway, be unique to yourself. So what I want to say is you have your strength and your weakness. Your strength is up here. Your weakness is down here. Romeo, my style is raw videos, but I cut information about privacy. Okay, whatever. That's cool. I mean, some people won't put a person's name in the cemetery video at all. But I'm going to tell you what, your social security number is public when you die. So and I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I'm talking about these other people. So, trying to save somebody from getting their social security number taken, it's already public. I can go online and look at anybody who died and get their social security numbers. So, for a small price, like $20 for the month, I can look up as many social security numbers and names as I want. But so you have your strength up here and your weakness here. And your strength can go up quickly. So you can take your strength in your channel, what you're good at, and ride with it, and it'll go fast. But if you follow your weakness, slower, it takes a lot more work. You're not going to get that far very fast. So you take your strength and you run with it because your weakness is not running away. It's going to take a lot more work and time. You also don't want to make yourself look a certain way. You don't want to put yourself down by focusing on your weaknesses. And another thing is, people are going to say all kinds of things. You got to deal with it the way you want to deal with it. But at the same time, they don't pay your bills, and they don't mean anything in your life. They're just like somebody at the grocery store. They don't affect you, you know? So, on top of the fact that they're probably just in a sour mood or having an issue in the moment, maybe they wouldn't even comment like that if they were in a better mood. But how you deal with the comments will reflect how professional you're being about your channel. But I'm not worried about looking professional. I have been paying for this channel out of my pocket for 4 years. Bluegrass Paranormal, you have to follow your heart for your channel and what you enjoy. Yes, people will be mean, but that's delete the button. Don't answer, comment them. Yeah. I've had multiple channels flat out say, do you get negative comments? That's when I start posting haters to let people know it's there. A13 Soul, well, you said be positive about yourself. Thank you, Josh. A13 Soul. Yeah, you got to focus on your strengths because they can go faster. They can go further. A13 Soul is my adult son's father. And he lives very far away. So people are going to say what they're going to say. And here's the thing. I have about probably like 120 videos I'm embarrassed about to this day that I want to delete every day. And but I just leave them there, even though I'm embarrassed, and it's kind of hard to deal with the fact that people would see it. I just leave them there. You know, there are people watching it anyway. It's just that somebody who's watching cemetery channels that happens to come across one of those videos might unsubscribe. Look forward, don't look back. Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. Yeah, look forward, don't look back. But it is important to take good, constructive criticism. If somebody says, like, I mentioned to somebody today, you know, make sure your camera lens doesn't have dirt on it, or steady your camera because when we walk, sometimes the camera wants to wobble. That should be taken serious, not mean comments. So there is a difference. Sometimes it's easy to get offended when somebody's saying, slow down, you're going too fast, or I can't read that. Christopher, who just woo-hooed in the background? Oh, probably my son. I don't know. Did somebody woo-hoo? You heard that too? Nobody's even around me. Torian? Nobody's around me. I don't know what's going on, but A13 Soul, nobody's here. But except for there's a lot of ghosts. Bluegrass Paranormal, I got something crazy to tell you about the necro. Did you say woohoo? No.
No. No one said woohoo.
Yes. Explorer Romeo, that's why people are quitting and not working in the company, doesn't care about their employees. Yes. Forgot what I was saying really. But the woohoo thing. Oh, Bluegrass Paranormal, that necrophonic. I got something crazy to tell you. When I say how many people are here and there's different answers, yeah, I bought it because you were talking about it. You were talking about it in chat. with, if I don't know who with, but you brought it up. I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't even want it, but I paid for it. That's why I think I said in a video, Bluegrass Paranormal is the one who, suggested it. But I bought it. So when you ask the ghost, how many people are in here? If you got 2 people there and there's 8 ghosts, you might get the numbers 8, 2, or 10. So you might get different numbers, but they're all right because there is 8 ghosts. But if you say how many are here, they might say it's just 2 because there's 2 human beings, or they might say 10 for the people plus them. So I noticed that they often shoot numbers that make sense if you add or subtract something. Yes. I haven't recorded any of those Bluegrass Paranormal. I haven't recorded any of them just sitting here. Should I be doing that in my apartment? Probably not. They were saying, I think today they said there was 10 people around me or something. They like to interrupt each other, so I'm not getting anything clear out of it. Some of it sounds like gurgling. If I say, what is your name? They give names though. And if I ask if they know the name of somebody I know or is around me, they do give the right name, even if the person's not in the room, So I think your channel's good, Bluegrass. Tell them they all owe rent. Christopher said that the ghosts owe me rent. Yeah, right. How about the ghosts pay me to look at me when I'm in the shower? How about that? But Bluegrass Paranormal, yes, it works great. They will come through with your answers. Hey, Seth, do you want to say hello?
Hello. I'm just
No, you gotta look in the camera. Hello. This is Seth. Are you 19 or 20?
I'm 19.
He's 19. Do you go in some of my videos? Look, your dad said Seth.
Hi.
Romeo. Hi, it happened to me. I smelled good fragrance perfume in my mom's room. Wow. She didn't wear fragrance, but you smelled it in her room. Probably some kind of spirit. Nor your sister doesn't wear perfume. Seth, do you go on some of the videos? The cemetery videos?
No.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, people.
No, do you? I know you might not know I'm filming. Do you go to cemetery with me?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Bluegrass Paranormal says, hi, Seth. Nice to meet you. Do you like the cemeteries?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do they scare you?
Yeah.
They do?
What's YouTube channel?
CEO. It's too long. Of my chemical factory. Your dad's on there. New subscriber. Oh, 813 soul. I'll make sure I leave it PG. Oh, wait, no, you're an adult now. No. Do you like going to cemeteries?
Yeah.
Do you get scared?
Yeah. I subscribe to your channel.
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you.
You smell good.
Yeah.
Do you think ghosts have feelings?
No, they don't.
You don't think so?
No, they're just invisible monsters.
Invisible monsters? Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
No, it's okay.
Tony, what are you doing?
Do you want to say anything to your father?
So, Dad, I love you, Dad. And make sure you get a lot of good sleep like me.
Yes.
So you want to say goodbye? Good night to people.
Good night.
Good night.
Go have fun. That's Seth. He's on a lot of videos. Your dad said he loves you too.
Thank you.
Seth has been in a lot of videos.
Bye.
Seth also went to Oxable with me when it was dark. And that's when we saw the fire demon. I think that was, I'm never going to go down there again with him. And it was only 4:55. But the problem was it was winter and it's a wooded area. So it was like pitch dark when it wasn't pitch dark on the main drag. So I feel like they noticed his innocence and they just came out because of it. But I know they weren't going to attack us because I was there too. But his innocence definitely brought out whatever that was, that fire demon. And so we'll never go back there again at night. We've been to a few cemeteries in the dark before, and he likes to go to cemeteries in the day and walk around. But right now, a lot of cemeteries have icy roads. They don't get salted, at least not in the ones that I've seen. I don't know about the city. Actually, I went to a cemetery in Alsip, Illinois, and it was all ice. I had to put the rubber things around the bottom of my shoes with spikes just to walk on the ice. So, yeah. So I don't see cemeteries being salted. Anybody have any questions? So I guess I'll put a quiz out there and see who in the community wants to take the quiz if ghosts are racist. So whoever's watching, if you would like to take that quiz, please. I think it's important to provoke thinking. And this is a topic that will provoke thinking, especially since that would be cool, Bluegrass Paranormal. Thank you. I hope you can do quizzes too, but I'm not getting the notifications about you or anybody. I'm constantly having to go to people's channels. And I'm going to tell you what. I am doing everybody a favor because I don't get notifications. I look your name up on the search bar. So it brings me your channel. So every time I search your name, it's making your name more known. Oh yeah. Bluegrass Paranormal said they're not getting the notifications right. So the posting the quiz, take the quiz, please. It helps other people think. If you're taking your racism to the grave, I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. And I'm not sure if anybody could do it. And I don't see priests going out there and clearing that energy. Bluegrass Paranormal, other people have said they aren't either. Other people have said that the ghosts aren't racist. I didn't catch that. Well, I believe they are because I believe they have feelings, memories, emotions. So their memories are holding on to it. Explorer Romeo. Hey, there's a guy who's in Fremont, California, but I forget his channel name. Oh yeah, you can well, if you want to go live on my chat, you have to give me Christopher. I'm sure my grandmother took her racism to the grave. Oh yeah, I'm not against hey, if someone's racist, I'm not against them. You know, people have their feelings. I believe in stereotypes, but I would not call stereotype racist. You know, stereotypes is more like graph and pie charts and generalizations, you know what I'm saying? So, but if someone's racist, that's fine. You know, I just hope that the person is not going to burn a building down. She hated the Japanese for Pearl Harbor. Oh, yeah, I don't blame her for that. That is definitely gives someone to be racist. Like when 9/11 happened, I was in Seattle, Washington, and they closed down the library I was working at because it was next door to the World Trade Center in Seattle. And you met him in person. Wow. Wow. Spoiler Romeo. I really forgot what I was saying. I need to learn how to keep track of my thoughts better. But anyway, I don't have a problem with people who are racist. The crypt door. Oh, wow. Lost her first fiance to Pearl Harbor, Christopher. That's horrible. Yeah. That would give me a reason to be racist. And I probably would be. I mean, that's horrible. Horrible, horrible. And I'm sorry for that. That's horrible to lose someone that you love or you're about to marry. Especially in such a violent way. It's horrible. That breaks my heart. It makes me cry a lot to think about people having broken hearts. So, well, that brings up a whole nother issue too, is that militaries put soldiers in a position to be racist. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the military that don't have a personal issue with people. They're just following orders. So I think the military and the government pushes them to not be human anymore. And that's horrible. It's not okay. And to live with those thoughts in your head every day, all the time, and that's a level you can't get over. So I'm sorry. And I don't have a problem with people who are racist as long as you're not burning stuff down or hurting somebody on purpose or running them over. People have a right to freedom of speech, and people have a right to, the word's not debate, but it's something like that. When you have freedom of speech, you have the right to disagree. That does not mean if I'm in LGBT, whatever the thing is, if I'm gay, I shouldn't, and I'm not gay, I shouldn't have a problem if someone doesn't like gays. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. There should be differences, not all this sensitivity. You can't say this, you can't say that. You get sued if you're not meowing like the person that thinks they're a cat. You know what I'm saying? So, the world's too sensitive. It wasn't like this before. And people are going to forget what it was like before because, you know, look, COVID's killing all the older people. They're pretty much killing all the intelligence because a a lot of older people have a lot more intelligence, and guess what? A lot of them are gone. So besides that, I don't know what to say really about racism, except for it's been around forever. I think the first racist was Satan, and I think he was racist against God. And I think that's where it stemmed from, the segregation, whether God did it or not, somebody else did, Satan, whoever. Segregation causes racism. What makes you different than me is what can cause racism. Focusing on those differences causes racism. But I think racism obviously can be provoked by something that happened. But I feel like most racists were raised that way. If you're raised not to like people on the other side of the track, are you going to? Only if you're a rebel kid who's going to be friends with whoever you want and not listen to your parents. So, if everybody wants to start saying goodnight, true, Bluegrass Paranormal. Yeah, I need to remember to make Myers Paranormal a moderator. I don't have a pen on me. But I appreciate everybody in chat, everybody who came to visit even for a minute. I appreciate all the thumbs up. Oh, damn, I just joined the party. Christopher, aw, can you join it again later, please? I did a 6-hour drive today, Christopher. We'll party with you again, Christopher, I promise. And I care about you, Christopher, my friend. And I really like you. And I hope that you and your wife get better. So if everybody wants to start saying goodbyes. Thanks for a thumbs up. Thanks for everybody talking. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the people who will come back and watch the video later or again. And thanks for putting up with the fact that I don't have... Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Bluegrass Paranormal 813 Soul has a crazy looking smiley face man with a plant. I don't have a selfie stick because both of them broke. I got this horrible light. So thank you very much. And I'm glad everybody got to meet Seth because he's in some of my videos. He wants to go to Japan and he wants to work for himself. If anybody wants to donate or give Seth anything, I'll make sure he gets it. And Seth said if someone gives him something or donates something to him, that he'll take a picture of whatever it is you were giving him money for. So you would know for sure 100% that it's only going to him. It's from the person to him. If somebody wants to donate some tickets to Japan for him or something, that would be nice. I'm just saying. But he does want to work for himself. And he loves Pokemon. He wants to work for Nintendo. So have a good night, everybody. Thank you very much. We'll party again soon, Christopher. That's neat. Yes, thank you. Seth is an artist, and I'll tell you a secret. I was an artist dealing with using art as a coping skill because I started drawing when I was 4 because my father had left my sister and I at his friend's house, and he wasn't planning on coming back because he left us for a woman. He came back like a couple months later or something like that. But anyway, in between the couple months, I learned how to draw. Well, all my kids know how to draw and they're all good. So we have a whole family of artists. I think we should have a gallery with my art and my kids' art. I think that's rare to have a family full of artists, except for they don't use it as a coping skill. Um, they do it because they're passionate about it. That's awesome. All artists. Yes, thank you. Yes. And I am still kind of like an artist. I do my own thing. Um, Even what I do for work is unique and puts me in a position where I have to do my own thing. But no matter what I'm doing, it's always a hustle. My daughter does that as coping skills. That's so nice, Christopher. She's fantastic. I'm sure she is. That's so nice. Yeah. That is so nice. I hope she's able to show people or maybe sell it. People like that, they win contests. There's contests all year, all the time, all kinds of countries. She could be winning like 10 contests a year. But it's definitely something to work through. They have something called art therapy. Maybe she would want to be an art therapist. They help people cope through their issues by picking objects in a room or a supply and making something out of it. She won't show it and she really is good. Maybe you can take some of it when she's not looking. Go to Walgreens, have 12 pieces of art printed on a calendar, and give her the calendar, her own art. People would buy calendars like that too. And you know what it sounds like? She'd probably make a lot of money doing those black and white drawings for coloring books. She's in college now for archaeology and art history. Wow. That's so nice. She could be on a TV show. I don't know what it's called. BBC has some really cool historical shows on it. That sounds like somebody who can do a lot. I like your daughter already. So, anyway, I have to say goodnight. I'm choking up ridiculous. Don't know what else to talk about. We can all party again later. And I hope that Adventures with Regina and Myers Paranormal are able to join us next time. Support the new channels. Even if someone hasn't proved anything to me that they're good at cemetery videos, I don't care. I'm still going to promote them. Maybe they just need encouragement. Good night, everybody. Thank you for participating. Bye.